Sometimes, no matter how much clothing we have in our wardrobe, we still feel like we have absolutely nothing to wear. So, today I'm talking about how we can maximize our wardrobes and maximize the clothing within our wardrobes to have less but wear more, to have more options but not have to have tons and tons of stuff and constantly add new things to our wardrobe. You may have different reasons for why you want to own less stuff. Maybe you have a tiny wardrobe or a tiny, home that you just want to have less stuff in. Maybe you like to travel a lot, so you just want to be able to pack everything down into one suitcase. Maybe you're a minimalist. Maybe you just don't have the budget to constantly be buying new things. And maybe, like me, you're in the middle of a no buy year and you just need to be able to come up with new and exciting ways to wear the stuff you own in different outfits, in different forms, and just keep that excitement in your wardrobe. And if any of these apply to you, then we're going to figure this out today. So I've got 7 tips to share with you today on how to maximize the pieces in your wardrobe to make sure you've got endless outfit options, to make sure you are wearing the items that you own more and not feeling like you constantly need to be buying new things to make new outfits. And as it is winter, I'm going to start with tip number 1, layering. So it can be really useful to have a couple of pieces in your wardrobe that are just dedicated to layering when the weather is cold. So that could be thermals, so long sleeve thermals, long sleeve leggings, long sleeve tops. If you don't have thermals, you can just use regular old leggings or a long sleeve top. I have some old gym leggings that I like to use as my kind of thermal leggings in winter because they don't look so good anymore to wear without anything over them. They're a little bit faded, but they work perfectly to keep me warm. And then I just have a couple of kind of cotton long sleeve tops as well, some roll necks, some round necks, and I have a V-neck bodysuit that I actually have on me today that I'm wearing to layer under this cardigan because it's still winter and it just wouldn't be warm enough for me to just wear this cardigan on its own. A few other obvious ones are tights, which you can obviously get in a range of thicknesses, but you can get now those like fleece lined tights. These are the ones I really want to try. Fleece lined tights that look like sheer tights. If anyone has tried them, let me know how you got on with them. Let me know where you got them from. It's just something I really want to try because I love the look of sheer tights, like that kind of like 15 denier tights, but I need the warmth. But depending on the time of year, you can get all these different kind of thicknesses and sheerness of tights that you can layer under skirts, dresses, trousers, whatever you need. One thing I find myself not reaching for in the winter is my white shirt. It's like a white boyfriend style, kind of crisp white shirt. Gets a lot of wear in the summer and autumn. In winter, I just don't feel like it's warm enough to wear it on its own. So what I love to do is to layer this underneath dresses, underneath jumpers, underneath other things that kind of use this almost as just that extra layer and not the layer on its own. So I've created a Pinterest board today dedicated to this video, so you can click the link below and you can pin any of these outfits that you want to recreate, any of the tips that you feel resonate with your wardrobe the best. So any of the outfits I share on screen will be linked below. But I love the look of a shirt under a jumper because I think it just adds really nice kind of finishing detail when you're wearing a jumper. It kind of just like adds a little bit more interest than just a jumper on its own. So you've kind of got the collar poking out, you might have the cuff poking at the end, or just like poking out at the hem a little bit as well, like a little bit of the length of the shirt poking out. It just adds visual interest to an outfit. It adds kind of depth when you've got those different layering elements. And you're also adding in different textures as well by adding, something like a cotton shirt with a chunky knit, and you just kind of have a little bit of a juxtaposition of textures. So that can be really visually interesting, but also helps you get more wear out of your shirts because you're layering up. And also you could probably get more wear out of those lighter knitwear pieces that maybe you could pop over a shirt, and then together you've got the perfect thickness and the perfect amount of warmth. My next favorite layering piece, and the thing that I get the most wear out of, is a roll neck. So I have a couple of different thicknesses of these kind of styles, especially a black roll neck. This one is a cashmere one, so it's a bit thicker and a bit more of a looser fit, more like a jumper than a top. But I like to layer this underneath V-neck dresses, sleeveless dresses. I might even put it over a dress. I could also layer it underneath a shirt. I've seen a lot of people layering roll necks under shirts, and I think that looks really cool. I'll pop a couple of examples here as well. I haven't done it myself But as I was researching for this video, I was like, I really need to try that, because if that's something that could work with my style, that could help me get more wear out of my white shirt, which I just said I don't get much wear out of in the winter. So this is something I need to try for myself, is a roll neck underneath a shirt. Obviously you can wear it underneath any kind of shirt. It doesn't have to be a white shirt, it can be pinstripe shirt, blue shirt, whatever you need it to be. I also have a grey roll neck, which is a little bit more figure hugging and it just fits nicer underneath things. So this could be a nice option to try under my white shirt, because the grey and the white is a little bit less of a contrast, which could look better, maybe. Just have to try it and see. So if you need something that's a little bit thinner to layer underneath, whether it's dresses or anything like that, this could be an option. You can also layer under jumpers if they're like a similar color. I could layer it under a cardigan. I just really like a roll neck under a v-neck. I think that looks particularly nice. I don't know what it is about v-necks. If you have a v-neck dress, v-neck jumpers, v-neck cardigan, a roll neck looks really good underneath. I have this one pair of really lightweight brown trousers. I love them. And they definitely look like they're too lightweight to wear in the winter. But when I pair a pair of leggings underneath these, it just adds so much warmth to my outfit. It doesn't, affect the outfit at all. It still looks pretty chic, but it just means I get more wear out of these. I know I'm going to wear them loads in the summer with a pair of sandals and a vest top, but I also want to be able to wear them in winter, because I don't want to have to own two different weights of trousers, so I can have one in the summer and one in the winter. So layering underneath items just helps me keep these in my all year round capsule wardrobe. And then it means I don't have to swap in and out as many items every time I do a wardrobe switch over. And another thing with layering is to just make sure your legs and your ankles are staying warm. So if you are layering tights underneath a dress or tights or leggings, make sure you finish off with a nice long boot that will keep you warm either up to your knee. You could even get thigh-high boots that would just add that whole extra layer of warmth to your legs. And it also just looks really chic under a long dress. I love a long boot and a long dress, or a long boot and a long skirt. It looks so good. And I feel like long boots also help to transition those more like summery, lighter weight dresses and skirts into autumn and then even into winter if you layer up enough underneath. Final piece for this example is this really nice slip satin skirt, which again might look like it's much too lightweight to wear in the winter, but when I wear a pair of really thick tights and a long boot with a skirt like this, I might wear a roll neck and tuck it in as well and have a big chunky jumper or something. It just means I get to wear my really nice pieces that look nice in the winter, but I'm still feeling super warm. And if you haven't guessed already, I love to be cozy. I love to stay warm. So if you live somewhere other than the UK kind of temperature, maybe like Canada or somewhere like that, you may need a little bit more warmth, but just you layer up on the thermal. And of course, don't forget to put a massive coat over the top. Tip number 2 is to wear things in less expected ways or less typical ways. So a great example of this is to wear maybe more summery dresses in the winter, but you're layering up with them and you're kind of wearing in a different way. So one example of this is to wear your dresses that you may not get tons of wear out of as just a dress, wear it as a skirt. So put a jumper or something over the top, and then you kind of have it styled more like a skirt with a pair of boots or something. A dress like this, 100% silk, almost full length dress, is not necessarily something I'm going to reach for on kind of an everyday basis that often. But if I style it up a little bit more, almost casually, not necessarily casual, but just in a more relaxed way, where I'm kind of styling it like it's a slip skirt, I'm wearing a jumper over the top, pair of boots, and it just looks a lot more wearable, and it is a lot more wearable because it doesn't look quite so dressy, I suppose. Another way you can do this with the same dress is to wear it with a skirt that is either as long or longer than the skirt of the dress. So you're styling the dress now as a top. So if you have a dress that's maybe too short to wear after whatever event you want to wear it to, maybe it's too short to wear to work, so you want to style it up as a top, just pop a skirt or something like that with it, and you kind of got a whole new look. I did this at Christmas. I styled a dress that I had. I actually tucked it into a pair of wide leg trousers, and I styled it as a top with trousers instead of just wearing it as a dress. And I absolutely loved it, and it felt like I was wearing a whole new piece. Another example of this, and I'm sure you've seen this a lot because it's quite trending at the minute, is wearing cardigans as a top or just kind of as a jumper. For years, I just wore cardigans as cardigans. I just always wore them open over another top. But now wearing them as a jumper just makes so much sense, just keeping them closed. You kind of got both options with a cardigan. You can wear it on its own, or you can wear it open as a cardigan, as like a light jacket or a light layer. So I still like to wear cardigans in the summer. Kind of maybe in the evenings, I might throw it on over a vest top or something. But then in the winter or in the kind of slightly colder months, autumn, etc., I like to just wear it like this as a jumper. A piece I have in my wardrobe that's a really good example of wearing something in different ways is this Cezanne gas bar jumper. So if you know, you know. The gas bar jumper, it's the neckline is cut in a certain way. That means you can kind of wear it back to front, or either way around. And they've kind of got the label put to one side as well, so it's intentionally supposed to be worn either way. So you can wear it as a cardigan with the buttons at the front. You can have them completely closed. You can have a few open so that it gives a bit more of a V-neck illusion. Or you can wear it the other way around, where the jumper is just a plain jumper and you can tuck it in and do front tuck or whatever you want with it. I love this piece, the way it's so versatile like this. I've worn it so many ways, both as a jumper and as a cardigan. And I just think it's such a handy feature that more jumpers should be made like this. Taking my white shirt back, you might think that button down white shirt needs to be worn as a shirt, buttoned up or down. Maybe you're going to wear it to work with a pair of smart trousers, or you're going to wear it with a pencil skirt, or a pair of jeans, but just tuck it in. I also love to wear a shirt as a really lightweight jacket in the summer. So this is the kind of shirt that I would love to wear over a vest top and some wide leg trousers or jeans and a pair of sandals. And I'm going to throw on a shirt just as a lightweight jacket option. So similar to a cardigan or a blazer, a shirt is a great like in between because it's so lightweight. It's even better in those really, really hot summer days. You need to keep the sun off your skin because you don't want to get burnt, but you couldn't bear to wear a cardigan or a blazer, anything that heavy. A shirt is an amazing option. And I like to do this as well with my silk shirts. I have a couple of them. I also have like a really nice olive green shirt, which is kind of like my pop of color for my summer wardrobe. And I just love to wear it over, yeah, white vest top, black trousers, black sandals, and this gorgeous green shirt. And I also have a couple of linen shirts I wear it the exact same way. So you can wear them buttoned up and, do a little tuck and kind of wear it like that, or just wear them loose. But then you've got the option to wear them as a jacket. And that's what I love about bringing shirts on a summer holiday, is you can wear it as a shirt and you can wear it as a jacket, and you've just got a bit more versatility when you're packing to travel abroad or to travel wherever, and you just need that versatility in your travel wardrobe. So, not every day is going to call for a suit. There's only so many times I can wear a leopard print suit without someone noticing that I'm wearing my leopard print suit again. It's a pretty standout piece. And also, there's just not that many occasions that call for a suit like this. I have worn this to work. It was probably about a year ago, and I don't know if I've worn it since. I've owned this for probably about 3 years, and I have only worn it a handful of times, but it's such a statement piece. But because it's such a statement, I know I'm going to keep it forever. I love a bit of leopard print. I love mother of pearl, and yeah, this is just, it's never going anywhere. Until I don't fit into it anymore, it's staying. However, if I was to wear this more as separates, I would get tons more wear out of it and really reduce my cost per wear of these items. So I have in the past worn my blazer with just like a t-shirt and a pair of jeans, or even like a cashmere crew neck and a pair of jeans or trousers. Something that kind of tones down the look of the leopard suit um, works really well. And the culottes as well, I've also worn with a white t-shirt and a pair of sandals. Another way for me to make sure that I am choosing to wear a suit like this more as separates is to actually hang them separately in my wardrobe instead of always hanging it like this, because I'm never going to see the trousers in my wardrobe. I'm never going to kind of see them and think, oh, I'm going to reach for those today. So that actually is a good tip for myself, is to take these trousers, put them on their own hanger, put them on the trouser side of things. When I'm looking for a pair of trousers to wear or to, build an outfit around, maybe I'll reach for those. And I'm not always going to just see it as a suit that needs to be worn as one piece. So choosing to wear your suits as separates, even if it's not this kind of bold leopard print suit, it could be a suit that maybe you think of only wearing to work, But actually, if you were to wear the trousers in a more relaxed way, like at the weekend with like a sweater and trainers, you could get way more wears out of them, or you could kind of style the blazer with a pair of jeans instead. So that leads me on to my third tip, which is to style pieces that you might typically keep for an occasion or a special event and style it for more day-to-day wear. So whether that's just out and about, going for brunch, meeting friends, going out for an evening, I mean kind of like a casual evening, like to the pub, not so much for a fancy date, maybe even wear it to work or for a meeting or something like that. So I'm going to pull this dress back out again as my example because it's probably one of the fancier dresses in my wardrobe. It is 100% silk. And while I didn't pay full price for this, I got this for £1 in a charity shop. But it's a 100% silk dress. It is a dress that could be kept for real special occasions, just to wear with a pair of heels and some fancy jewellery, and that's it. But like I mentioned, I love to style this with the jumper over the top, with a pair of boots, maybe even with a pair of Converse. Actually, I've definitely worn it like that before. And just kind of dress it down a little bit, make it a bit easier to reach for. This is a great opportunity to go into your wardrobe, pull out those dressier pieces that you don't reach for very often, or you think you can't wear because they're so special. Um, and just have a bit of a try on at home in front of the mirror with other items in your wardrobe that you think you can layer with. Try different shoes, try different outerwear, see if you can make it casual, see if you can kind of challenge yourself to dress it for different occasions. I have a pair of kind of wide leg tailored tuxedo trousers here as well. Again, another very dressy piece. They have a really nice like satin waistband, and they're just such a lovely piece that you might think is really dressy, can only wear this like with a pair of heels or with the matching blazer, suit, things like that. Can wear it with a blouse to work. Actually, my favorite way to wear these is with like a ribbed vest top and a pair of sandals in the summer, or a pair of Converse or something like that, because I love that juxtaposition of something tailored with something casual, something more structured with something a little bit more relaxed and easygoing. And that is where my style kind of shines, is when I start to mix things in unexpected ways. And that is where your style will start to shine through in your own wardrobe, your own personal, authentic style, when you kind of start mixing and matching things in more unexpected ways. The main thing about wearing items like this that are those fancier items, or maybe it's a dress that you've bought to wear to a wedding that cost you £200, you've only worn it to that wedding and maybe on one date night, the cost per wear of that dress is £100. Whereas if you compare that to our everyday basics, you might have a jumper that you've spent £50 on, but you've worn it like 25 times in a year already. You wear it like every other week. The cost per wear is only £2. So when you compare our everyday pieces to those more dressy pieces that we feel like we need to keep for a special occasion, we might feel amazing in them, but we just don't allow ourselves to wear them and to get the wear. The cost per wear is just way too much. So in order to bring that down, to make it a bit more budget friendly, to kind of justify the price of something, we need to be getting more wear out of it. And dressing things down and making it work for our everyday is exactly how we can do that. And not just clothes. If you've got a pair of like designer shoes or just really expensive shoes, or just not even necessarily expensive, but just really nice heels that you love, but you never wear because you just don't go to fancy occasions that often, don't be afraid to style them with jeans and a jumper, and just really elevate your jeans and knitwear by pairing them with a pair of amazing shoes. So I love these little velvet kitten heels. They don't get that much wear. At the minute, it's a bit too cold to wear bare ankles, and the slingbacks are too slippy to wear with sheer tights. But when it gets into spring, I really want to challenge myself to wear these more with just jeans and a jumper, like literally an outfit like this. I could wear it with these shoes, and I could go to work in it and be really comfortable and just feel really dressy. It's the most basic outfit, but it's really reducing my cost per wear for my heels, because I don't go on that many date nights. I don't go to any weddings really, or special events like that. So I really need to get my wears out of my items in my everyday life. Tip number 4, it may seem like a really boring one, but it is to take care of your clothing. The more you take care of your clothing, the longer it will last, which means the longer you'll wear it for, and the more you will reduce that cost per wear, the more outfits you'll get out of these items. Like I said, it sounds like a really boring thing and also really obvious, but checking care labels on your clothing before you wash them, dry them, iron them, steam them, whatever it is, before you even touch them, make sure you check your care labels. They're there for a reason, and I never used to look at mine before. And to be honest, I don't always, but I tend to only wash my clothes at 30 degrees. Most things don't need to be any hotter than that. And I don't tumble dry anything because I don't have a tumble dryer. So I kind of just dry things on radiators or clothes racks, things like that. Any of my kind of cashmere knitwear or my nice wool pieces, even something like this that is kind of a synthetic blend, but I will still put this in a hand wash setting in the wash machine because I know it's just a bit more gentle. And even though the care label says I can wash it in a normal spin, I'm just going to be a bit more cautious with it because I want it to last as long as possible. I think knitwear in particular can kind of go downhill quicker than a lot of the rest of our clothing. It's just such a very sensitive fabric because it's already a little bit fluffy. And as we wear it, you kind of get that inside the sleeve and then inside the body. We're constantly rubbing off ourselves like that, so it's going to happen. Having a fabric shaver or a cashmere comb or something just to remove those bobbles in your knitwear is so important because there's nothing worse than someone wearing a jumper that's just covered in pilling and bobbly bits, and you just know that if they just took the time to remove them, it would just look way fresher and way newer, and it would just look nicer for longer. The same applies to a hem that's falling down or a seam that's been torn. Get a little sewing kit, stitch it up, or use iron-on hemming tape if you can't sew. It's like the simplest thing to use. But just make sure, when a button falls off, you sew it back on, or if you know someone who can sew, just get those little things fixed because it will really extend the longevity of your clothing, and it means you get more wear out of them and you're getting more for your money as well. And tip number 5 is to have a more refined color palette. The less colors in your wardrobe, the easier everything will be to mix and match. And I'm not saying you need to have a super neutral wardrobe like mine. You can have any kind of colors you like. Everyone has different tastes, everyone suits different colors. Some people like more bright colors, more pastels, etc. I just personally love neutrals and I find them really easy to style, and I find that they just look good together. Um, but a tip I like to use with my clients is to choose 3 base colors. These could be really simple, like black, white, grey, or they could be like navy, cream, and maybe like a brown or something like that. And then to choose 3 accent colors. So these can be the more interesting colors like red, pink, blue, green, whatever those kind of accent colors you love to draw in with the rest of your wardrobe. So you've already got 6 colors to play with there. And that's not to say you can't ever step outside those lines, but it's just easier if you can stay close enough within those. And it just makes things easier to pair together. So when you're going out and you're buying something that has a print, make sure it has at least 1 or 2 of the colors in your color palette within the print, and that will make that really easy to style with the rest of your wardrobe as well. The more tops that go with your bottoms, the better. Like if you can mix 10 tops and 10 bottoms, that's like 100 outfits. But if you've only got 3 tops that go with those 10 bottoms, that's only 30 outfits. So being able to multiply tops by bottoms, making sure everything mixes and matches together is just going to extend your wardrobe even further. So you still have less items, but you've just got more options. And that is the whole point of this video. Number 6 is all about accessories. Accessories are what can take the most basic outfit to something completely different. You can take the most basic, like jumper and jeans, or cardigan and jeans, like this outfit, for example. I could pair this with trainers and make it seem quite casual, or I could pair it with some like little heels, like the kitten heels I had, maybe some nice earrings, put my rings on, just kind of dress it up with some jewelry. I could add a belt, I could add all those really nice finishing touches. And it can be the difference between a casual outfit and a dressier outfit. Something quite relaxed and effortless, or something quite elevated. It can also be how you add a little bit of personality. So for example, I could put just a plain black belt with this, or I could add on something leopard print, so a little bit of animal print that just injects my personality into this outfit because I like a little bit of animal print and I feel like it's a certain style if you like that. Whereas if you maybe are more minimal and you would just want to go for a plain black or plain tan or something, whether you choose a skinny belt over a thicker belt, a chain belt, a belt is just an example, but you've kind of got all of these different options to choose from. Another example, I'm going to get a little closer to show you, is are you a more basic gold hoop kind of person, or are you going to go for like a really fancy feminine pearl hoop? Both a pair of hoops, but it will give a different look to each outfit. So playing with jewelry is just those really small elements that you can contribute that can turn, jeans and t-shirt into something completely unique to you. Because I feel like if you look at some people's wardrobes, especially on YouTube, people who do capsule wardrobes or more minimal wardrobe, a lot of the items can look the same. We go into the same shops, we buy the same things, and we choose the same colors, and then we end up, everyone's wearing the same cardigan and jeans. But jewelry can be so personal. It's like heirlooms and things you've been gifted, and maybe things you've gone out and bought yourself. But I feel like it just feels a lot more personal, someone's jewelry collection. And you can kind of try new things within a jewelry collection a lot easier than you can maybe within your wardrobe. And you can just have a lot more fun with it. Also, things like a pair of really great sunglasses can be a great addition to your wardrobe as well. It can just kind of elevate the outfit. It's that finishing touch that you're looking for. And again, you can try different kinds of glasses. Also, if you wear glasses, like if you wear prescription glasses, you can use those in your outfits as well. I used to love that. I used to love, if you didn't know, I got laser eye surgery like 2 years ago. But I used to love wearing different pairs of my glasses, different frames, depending on what outfit I was wearing. So I would have, a tortoise shell, and I'd have more that was something similar to this, but maybe even a bit lighter. And then I also had like a gold rimmed frame or a gold rimmed pair. Absolutely loved it. So that's just another element that you can incorporate into your style if you do wear prescription glasses. But if you don't, sunglasses are a fun way to do it as well. And my main point around accessories is that choosing these different accessories can make your outfits look different every time. Whether you're choosing a different pair of shoes, a different pair of sunglasses, a different scarf, a different hat, a different combination of jewelry, they can be those elements that take one outfit and kind of, create 10 different varieties out of it. And my last tip, number 7, is just to have one really great handbag. You don't need to go out and own like tons of handbags, especially if you don't have the space to store it, especially if you don't have the budget for it, if you don't have budget for designer bags or things like that, and you just want to have one nice bag. That is allowed. That is totally allowed. Obviously, you can see I have another bag and I have a couple down here, but this is just my most recent edition. My husband got it for me for Christmas, so I did get it during my no buy, but I did not buy it. I think that's allowed. But it's just something that can elevate all of my outfits. So, like I said in the previous point about accessories, having a bag can kind of change up the look as well. So, if I put this with it, it could look a bit more dressy. If I was to put maybe this bag with it, it could look a little bit more casual, maybe even more summery. Like a straw bag could be summery. But whatever it is that your bag of like the season, you can just have one great bag. Just make sure if you want to maximize your cost per wear for your handbag, that it's really practical. It fits what you need to fit into it, like bag, tote bag maybe. Your phone, your wallet, maybe a notebook. If you like to carry books with you, make sure you have a bag that can fit a book in it. If you're the kind of person who wants to carry their iPad or laptop around a lot, make sure you go for a bigger size handbag, like a little tote or something that would fit that in, or you can carry it in a little tote bag, like a canvas tote. But just make sure it works for you and your lifestyle. And also make sure it works for the rest of your wardrobe color wise. So they are all my tips for maximizing your wardrobe, getting the most amount of wear out of the clothes that you already own. I would love to know if you have any of your own tips to share with me and with everybody else watching. How do you maximize the clothes in your wardrobe? Do you have a certain layering tip that you like to use? Do you have certain tricks or your accessories that kind of make the most of your wardrobe? Let me know in the comments. If you're also doing a no buy or a low buy challenge, I would love to hear from you. And if you haven't seen my last couple of videos on how to do a low buy, how to do a really successful low buy or no buy, depending on what it is you're challenging yourself with, I will leave these videos on the screen so you can check them out. And I will also leave a link to my capsule wardrobe playlist where you can get more ideas on how to have less, and wear more. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.